I am Cam Rogers. Hit me up on Twitter at Mr. Rogers99. LeBron James was the biggest story of the NBA offseason. The biggest story in the NFL offseason right now is Dez Bryant. I saw a comment earlier from Logan. Any chance Dez Bryant returns to the Dallas Cowboys? None. Zero. Sorry, Logan. Ain't going to happen. As Tom Downey would say, that bridge has been nuked. So with that, what is the deal with Dez Bryant? Dez's market was supposed to skyrocket after the NFL draft, and that obviously did not happen. We are roughly a week away from training camp, and Dez has yet to find a home in the National Football League. So in terms of the industry, it's really anybody's guess in terms of where Dez Bryant could go next. But Mike Freeman of Bleacher Report created some buzz saying the general conception is that Dez Bryant will sign with the San Francisco 49ers this offseason. All right, we have the latest Vegas odds in terms of where Dez will be at the beginning of 2018. San Francisco is not in the top 5. You got the Titans at -200 as the favorite. Texans, Giants, Packers, Redskins. Redskins and Giants, the logic is, well, Dez can play the Cowboys twice a year at least. All right, so here's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to propose why Dez Bryant will join the San Francisco 49ers, and then later propose why Dez Bryant will not join San Francisco. And as I talk about the 49ers here, be sure to let me know where you think Dez Bryant is headed next. Want those predictions coming in. So here are the reasons why Dez Bryant will join San Francisco. All right, reason number one, the 49ers have the salary cap space to do it. They have the third most cap space in the NFL at $45 million. They have the money to shell out for Dez. But even then, Bryant isn't even requiring a big-time contract. He wants a one-year prove-it kind of deal. The Baltimore Ravens offered Dez Bryant a multi-year deal, and he rejected it. So Dez really wants to cash out. Now, maybe the 49ers are willing to just pay a big-time contract to Dez, and Dez can kind of bypass the whole one-year prove-it type of deal. Don't think that's going to happen unless the 49ers get desperate, like an injury happens to Pierre Garçon or Marquise Goodwin. So that's reason number one. They have the salary cap space. Reason number two for the 49ers. They don't really have a true red zone threat. They're trying to make George Kittle happen. We'll see if that goes down. He's one of the tight ends there. Yeah, they have the sure-handed Pierre Garçon, one of the best hands actually in the NFL last year, according to Pro Football Focus. But they don't really have a guy, a go-to guy inside the 20s. And Dez Bryant could be that option for San Francisco. I could see a situation where Jimmy Garoppolo really finds solid chemistry with Dez Bryant, especially in the red zone. And already there are a lot of weapons on that San Francisco offense with Jerick McKinnon and, of course, Marquise Goodwin, Pierre Garçon, George Kittle. The list goes on. Trent Taylor as well out of the slot. You add in Dez Bryant, that might take away some attention from Pierre, from George Kittle, from Jerick McKinnon. And I still think Dez Bryant has that basketball, go up and get the football type of ability. I don't think he has the separation type of ability anymore. He's of that Anquan Bolden type of mold now in his career. And that's not a bad thing necessarily. He's just not going to burn you down the field or anything like that. He's going to make plays in the red zone. I think that's what Dez can do for San Francisco. And then point number three. Dez Bryant has actually expressed interest in San Francisco. You may recall that Instagram comment that he had, and then eventually deleted, that, yeah, he would like to go join Jimmy Garoppolo and John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan. And why wouldn't he? There's a lot of buzz out there that San Francisco could be a legit Super Bowl 53 contender. Now, I'm not going to go that far and say that, but the 49ers could very well be in playoff contention for the 2018 season, and Dez Bryant wants to be a part of that. He wants to get a ring, and maybe he realizes he can't get that with the Giants or the Redskins or some other team out there that could be of interest to him. All right, so 3 reasons why he will join the 49ers. They have the salary cap space. The 49ers don't have a red zone threat, and Dez has expressed interest in San Francisco. Daniel Connor, one of the frequent watchers of the Cam Rogers Show. Cam, why are you trying to will Dez Bryant on the 49ers roster? Kyle Shanahan doesn't want him. He can't separate and run routes. Daniel, I understand. Here's what I'm going to do, my man. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why he is not joining San Francisco. All right, Daniel? So take a look. Like you said, John Lynch doesn't want him. I think he likes where his wide receiver core is at right now. I am a big fan of Marquise Goodwin. I think Trent Taylor can be a sneaky Pro Bowl player next year. Dante Pettis is going to be fantastic for them as well. Pierre Garçon talked about him in addition. And then they got Richie James, that seventh round selection there that I think could be a really valuable player on the outside too. So the wide receiver core has a lot of upside for San Francisco. And to add Dez Bryant may not make so much sense in terms of the depth chart. It may make sense financially, but if it doesn't make sense from a depth chart perspective, why bring in Dez Bryant? All right, so that's reason number 1. I'll get to reason number 2, but first, you're watching the Cam Rogers Show presented by AutoList. Are you looking for a new or used car out there? Tired of browsing a million sites? Go to Autolist.com, surf the largest inventory on the web, or download their top-rated mobile app for iPhone or Android today. I am Cam Rogers. Hit me up on Twitter at Mr. Rogers99. Hit me with those follows. I would really appreciate it as we go along with this Dez Bryant segment here. Reason number 2 for Dez. The 49ers have plenty of depth. It kind of falls in line with what I was saying with John Lynch. Dante Pettis, Pierre Garçon, Trent Taylor, Richie James, Kendrick Bourne is making a lot of noise right now that maybe he could emerge as a legit wide receiver for San Francisco. So the depth chart is there. It's fine. And then you have Dez Bryant could mess up the wide receivers' progress. And the narrative is that, well, maybe Dez Bryant kind of throws a wrench into all this. John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan like where they're at with their wide receivers. If they add Dez Bryant, does that mess up the chemistry? Does that mess up the locker room a little bit? And I don't think Dez Bryant is a bad guy. I don't think Dez Bryant is a cancer to a locker room. A lot of people are saying he's a drama queen, he's cancerous to a team. I don't necessarily think that's the case with Dez Bryant. If you really read up on Dez and get to know him, he's just a very, very passionate guy about the game of football. And it's unfortunate how the partnership between him and the Dallas Cowboys just kind of went in a very negative way. And that's putting it nicely. It blew up. It is unfortunate. So Dez Bryant, I don't think is a cancer at all. But I do think he could throw a wrench into the progress of San Francisco. And then my final point here, does Dez Bryant have it anymore as a consistent wide receiver in the NFL? The numbers suggest no. The numbers suggest, and the tape suggests, that Dez Bryant cannot create separation on the outside. It's kind of comparable to what's happening to Jordy Nelson right now. Jordy Nelson is struggling to get separation as well. Now, Dez Bryant may have to realize he may need to go inside and play in the slot or be just a specialist wide receiver for the red zone only. But in the sense that Dez Bryant can be a consistent, elite wide receiver number 1, I just don't think makes all that much sense. And I don't think that's a very real scenario for Dez. So if you ask me, where is Dez Bryant headed? I don't think he's going to San Francisco. I don't think he's going to any of those teams on your board there. I think the New England Patriots give Dez Bryant a very real look and then bring him in, because I think New England's going to go through training camp and they're going to go through practices without Julian Edelman in the lineup. Even though he can practice, they're going to try without him, and they'll realize that Jordan Matthews cannot be a top-line wide receiver. Malcolm Mitchell cannot be a top-line wide receiver, and they need all the help they can get because Brandon Cooks is no longer there, so bring in Dez Bryant to help things out. So that's how I see it happening. All right, folks, I'm wrapping up the program. This has been the Cam Rogers Show. Remember, subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/chatsportstv. We're going for 100,000 followers and subscribers So get it done. All right, folks, I'll see you Monday morning. Take care.